lose some, they gotta walk faster.
Pet the dog.
Pet the dog, oh my.
I didn't get to pet the dog.
Puppy? I thought you said pub. Nearly lost me, I'll tell you.
Oh, it was a pit. It was
It was
adorable.
on everything. Everybody here?
Yes.
That was a bit nicer, wasn't there? Artillery passage, a bit more oldie-worldy wine bars and things like that, less broken glass, smell of stale urine like the first place we stopped in. Some of the buildings down there, Georgian, a couple of 100 years old. And I gather there was a little dog to stroke as well.
Yes.
There aren't that many old buildings left around, I'll be honest with you. We turn into car parks and things like that. I mean, the East End was greatly redeveloped in the 1940s by the German Air Force. Some buildings have survived the period, though, like this one here. This was the old mission house run by the Catholic Sisters of Mercy. They took in unfortunate women and children from the streets, those who'd fallen upon hard times. A young Irish girl came to stay here by the name of Mary Jane Kelly. She'd arrived in the capital, widowed and penniless. Sisters took her in. Maybe life here was a bit strict for her. I mean, she did have a drinking habit to feed after all.
No?
What's that mean?
Sisters. Like real sisters or nuns or like kind of the group of ladies that were part of
Nuns. The nuns.
All right.
Yeah, nuns. They threw Mary Jane and Kelly out once they found that she joined the other sisterhood.
Okay.
That wasn't allowed. You weren't allowed. You had to be of good standing to be in there. You know, so it was pretty strict Catholic rules. So she didn't last long, basically, but she was a bit different to the other girls who worked around the streets in this part of town. She was about 25. That, for the East End, is young. Most of the other prostitutes are well over 40, with missing teeth and years of alcohol abuse which had ravaged their looks. That's why they were working here. So maybe Mary Jane's youthful appearance is good for business. She manages to be able to afford a room to live in and work out of. Number 13 Miller's Court was her new address. Grotty little hovel, no doubt, on the ground floor of McCarthy's Rents, a collection of buildings which once stood, well, just across the road, as a matter of fact. That blue sign is on the wall was roughly the site of Mary Jane Kelly's ground floor room. Having a room, of course, would have given her a bit of privacy with her clients, but that too might also have its drawbacks. On the 9th of November, 18... Was it? Oh, I like that. We'll keep that in. It's all right. We could all do it together.
Dun dun dun.
Well, we won't overdo it. We'll give you the cue next time. Okay. Saturday the 9th of November. It seems she's entertaining somebody in her room. At about 3 o'clock in the morning, the upstairs neighbour later reported a cry of murder coming from her room, but couldn't be bothered to go and investigate at the same time. The next morning, however, the rent collector calls. She's behind with her payments again. He knocks on the door. Do we get a knocking sound effect? Knocking, not horse. What was that one, sir?
One more time.
There's no answer. He knocks again. He knocks repeatedly. Well, he really gets carried away now. All right, all right.
Wait, let us help.
It's like for GBH at this rate, wouldn't I? I think someone scored in the football, I think it's fair to say. But who?
Dun dun dun.
Getting away from the story a little bit here. He thinks she's hiding from him, so basically what he does is go over to the window to have a little peep through. Luckily, there's a broken pane of glass, so we can reach right in and pull aside the curtains. And oh, there she is lying on the bed. However, you would not have recognized her on account of the fact that most of her face has been cut off, along with a great deal of the rest of her flesh. In some places, the tissue was severed all the way down to the bone. All of her internal organs have been removed and placed behind her head, propping it up like a grotesque pillow. The heart is missing completely, taken away as a souvenir by the killer, perhaps.
Maybe he ate it.
It's not there. Don't know what it is. This was the fifth. And by far the most gruesome of all the murders attributed to Jack the Ripper. Possibly the most sickening murder ever in London. It happened just over there, like I said. It had hours in the privacy of her room, you see, to carry out this horrific act. Preceding 4 murders all took place in the streets. Ones we're going to walk around now. So I'll show you a couple of the other murder sites, but it ain't all going to be about Jack the Ripper and murder and death. No, there will also be comedy moments and sound effects.
Dun dun dun.
Actually, that hurt.
Dun,
Hurt when I blinked. Not a good sign. I'm not going to make anything up. It's all going to be true. There might be a couple of things I say to you which you find a bit dubious. These particular pieces of information are usually preceded by the words, "They do say." They do say that the old woman who moved into Mary Jane's room over there years after the murder complained the place was haunted. She'd often talk about a mysterious bloody handprint that would appear on the wall above the bed. No matter how many times she washed it off or even painted over it, it always came back.
dun dun dun.
That's why they went into art and not theater.
Dun.
I'm having problems with my marriage, if you must know. My wife and I aren't getting on very well at the moment. Thanks. Everyone's being supportive and giving us advice, you know. Everyone says, get a dog, it'll bring you together. I got
No.
a dog. Didn't work. I got her a dog from the dog's home that nobody else wanted anymore. I gave it to her. She didn't want it either. Started kicking up a right old fuss. I couldn't understand. I said, just because it's been put down, it doesn't mean it can't be loved.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Play Dead was reality.
Yeah, that was one of the
Oh, I'm sorry.
comedy moments.
I was thinking that might be. Of course, I do live with him.
Want to take another stab at it?
Yeah.
You're better than me.
I say your wife might be like Mary Jane, she's heartless.
I wouldn't tell her that story.
Pretty sick, man.
Pretty sick.
Too far.
Well, we've started the end, haven't we? Every story has a beginning, every serial killer has a first victim. Any questions?
What's in the bag?
What bag? Oh, that bag.
Is it photos?
Is that the heart?
Is it lunch? Is your dead dog?
It could be his lunch.
It's something meaningful.
It's a doggy bag.
I really wish I hadn't brought it, I'll be honest. If you guess what's in there, I'll let you keep it.
A heart.
First clue, it's something meaningful.
A heart.
Air.
Mary Jane's heart.